In a post-apocalyptic world, humanity has risen from the ashes of an all-out nuclear war to a nightmare of endless suffering. It is a time of chaos. Warlords and gangs of savage marauders rule the broken ruins of civilization, terrorizing and enslaving the survivors. Life has become a brutal struggle for existence, and death the only release. One day, a wanderer appears out of the wasteland to bring justice to the guilty and a warrior named Ken, a man who bears 7 scars upon his chest and holds the secret of a mysterious martial art known as Hokuto Shinken, the divine fist of the North Star. Whoa, what's the Q&A? Alright, I think the angle's pretty good. Yeah, right. For starters, this is a little self-contradictory because I have the Fist of North Star volume, but I'm wearing a JoJo shirt. It's the actually I don't think you can see that. It's the Battle Tendency version. I still need to get one for Phantom Blood. Alright, so I had the book actually for quite a while. Just haven't been able to edit anything. I got it since the first week of June, I believe. It was pretty early because I got it from Right Stuff. They always get stuff like they always get stuff. They always get the material very fast paced. I wouldn't be here so quickly because of the coronavirus, but that wasn't a problem apparently for them. But I did notice that the Right Stuff shipping is now more expensive. They used to be $49 free. Now it has to be $75 to be a free shipping, which is ridiculous. I guess I could talk about the manga in a bit. I was hoping to see Merlin here because I need to ask him something, which is the inverse of live streams. Usually it's the other way around. Excuse me. So Himmel King Gaming, hello. Hi to you. Dragon Dagger Phoenix just got my own Volume 1 copy. Super pumped. AB, I'm ready. The horrible of the horror of love. The horror. Wow, I can't. The horror of life, Kim. What's up, a hero? I got the Fist of North Star volume manga. It's pretty cool so far, and I dare say manly. Yeah. So the reason this is a little weird because the laptop's over there. I'm using that to get the Q&A questions, and I don't know. You might see me just tilting for a bit. Actually, let me see if I can. Let me do that. I don't know if that's a good angle. I don't really have a setup per se. Yeah, whatever. I might add some music or something because it is getting kind of kind of dull at some points. Roland Katsuragi, boy, drinkable alchemy. That guy, yeah, that guy. Yeah, I already asked you that in the answer you that in the Yeah, the manga's out already. It's been out since the first week of June for some people. Some people got it earlier than me. So maybe get it at Right Stuff. Yeah, there's something I want to ask you. That's people in the comment section right now. But what's neat about this book is that there's some I guess I could just do a semi review of this thing because I do have stuff written down. I just haven't I recorded it. I just haven't got the time to edit it. So for example, yes, there's colored pages, but it's from the Shonen Jump pages. So these few pages are in color, and this is one of the the bad examples of having a physical copy because you get that fold in the middle, and I mean it's not that bad compared to like One Punch Man. There's this one infamous it's one of the funny reaction faces of him going to huh. You know the joke from way back then. But unfortunately, the Viz volume is like super cropped that you can't see his face. It's like just squished in there. You can't even see it. But yeah, here's an example of like these are some of the multiple colors that you can get in a manga volume. And of course, this is one of my favorite panels that it only appears in the 1986 movie. It doesn't appear in the actual anime. But then afterwards, you go back to the black and white. So that's how it was in Shonen Jump back then. The thing is, it's not actually black and white. Like I think you can tell from there, but the paper is actually kind of beigeish. The JoJo volumes have the same type of tint. I don't know. I guess it depends on your lighting because it's not a clear white compared to this one. This one's pure white. I think you can tell from the tail. And another reason why that one is white because it's behind the back of the colored page. But that's about it. one of the questions for translations is that Rin, well, like Lin is called Rin. It's focusing. Can I focus while live streaming? I don't know. I don't know if I could. Yeah, it's all blurry. Yeah, never mind. But yeah, it's called. Her name is translated as Lin there. Lin is translated as Rin with the R, but everyone else is the same. Like Bat is still Bat. Kenshiro is Ken. But the big question is going to be like Shu and Salder. Like, well, what names are those going to have? So, anyways, about the color just for example, there's this one. Like, you're gonna see a bunch of orange because that's just how it is. Like back then, I don't know why if there was like a Shonen Jump mandate or not. Because you will see a lot of oranges and reds for like a bunch of '80s manga for their color pages. So, anyways, but it still looks nice. So you get like this mix of orange and white. It's just that it doesn't last forever. It goes away after a couple of pages. Like if you have any of the JoJo volumes, it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same method you're getting for what you're paying for. But what is interesting is there's some like chapter covers that I never seen before. So I shared some of these on Twitter already, but let me where is the page? I already passed it. No, that one's already been seen before. Like this one, because I know in volume 2 you see this in the table of contents, or like the story thus far pages. But this is one that you don't see very often. Where's the next one? I don't know if this one's been on the internet before, like this picture of Kenjiro's face. But I'd still like it. Where's the other ones? Like this one, I've definitely never seen this one before, where Yuria's in the background and Kenjiro's there, like struggling to get to her. And this is before her reveal, so like in a few pages later, that's when Yuria shows up. You see Mr. Heart. Or was Yuria already there? Because maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe Yuria was already shown in that other page. Oh, no, she wasn't. No, so Yuria wasn't even shown in that there yet. Might have been by the end of that chapter. Yeah, just by this chapter you see Yuria. Another example of a color page of the orange and white, but it's still neat. Kenshiro marching up against Shin. There's another chapter cover in here that yeah, here we go. It's like this one, definitely never seen this one before. Of like that 1, 2, 3, 4, this 8-armed Buddha. Or I think it has 3 heads, so I don't know if that counts as an Ashura or something. I don't know like all the names of those types of gods or deities. Because I know there's a few more, like this one where Kenshiro on a motorcycle. That's definitely one I've never seen, and if you go on the Hokuto Wiki, you don't even see these pictures there for the chapter covers. And it just keeps going, which really surprised me. Is like, oh, this is a good way to experience it anew. Like this one I've seen before, like with the crow on the back and this. Yeah, and right there, Kenshiro is already wearing a glove. Am I doing this reverse, or maybe I'm putting it the other way? Yeah, there we go. Kenshiro's wearing a glove right there. If this web, I don't know why when it comes to live streams the camera just dips because this thing does record like at 1440p, so I don't know if it has to do something with that. And the other day I got a comment that like, oh, those the Golan Army is actually from Blade Runner, and it's they are from Blade Runner. Even though I think those cops only appear very briefly in the movie. I think this is the last. Yeah, this is the last one where another picture of Kenjiro's face, which I'm pretty sure I've never seen this anywhere. So it's good that these manga editions, the Ultimate editions, are actually showing artwork that's like super obscure. And of course, like one of my favorite panels right here, I know in the fan skeletons they would just say the God of Death. Right here is just the Reaper, but I don't know. I think I would have preferred God of Death because in the God's Army, with the whole God in there. There actually is like a little behind the scenes things about like how Hokuto Shinken came to be, and that was not Hara's idea. It was like the editor. I can't find his name. It's in here somewhere. Maybe it was in the back. I don't know. Like, because I was reading some interviews like earlier about Fist of the North Star, and it turns out that he hasn't Hara hasn't addressed Mad Max. I don't know, but Onson like was the one that actually got the Mad Max side of things, because Hara was actually mentioning Bruce Lee and this actor, the one that inspired Spike Spiegel, the Yasaku Matsuda. He said it was because a combination of Yasaku and Bruce Lee what created Kenshiro. He has not mentioned Mad Max or Mad Max 2 whatsoever. But I don't know if there's like more interviews out there on the in the internet that I can find to verify that stuff. Sidhara manga, Danny Boy Sup, Baki Zaviris. He finally got it. Enjoy your book, man. I am. AKSA Sus. Yeah, I don't know. Was Kenshiro look inspired by Bruce Lee and Sylvester Stallone? The horror of life of Kim. Well, yeah, I was bringing that up. Like, it's undoubtedly like Stallone-ish after a certain point because there's direct artwork that is lifted from the movie poster of Over the Top and a few other things, like some promotions for Rocky. I don't remember if it was Rocky 2, 3, or 4. It's one of those for certain. Not to mention, the Cobra look from doing the Land of Ashura section. Like so far, I would have to like dig deeper on the internet, but undoubtedly for sure, yeah. If you were to ask someone by gut instinct or by experiencing the series, yeah, that's definitely Stallone. Yeah, that's definitely Mad Max. It's just one of those situations where the author hasn't admitted, like in Kentaro Miura's case for Berserk. We always had this suspicion that he got something from Fist of the North Star, and then in that one Crunchyroll interview, he did mention like, oh, the world of Berserk was influenced by Fist of the North Star. That's one example. And same thing goes for Araki. We know he's influenced by Fist of the North Star. He just hasn't said it. The closest thing has been that in his top 10 favorite manga, North Star is in there. But to actually like address specifically Bronson and Hara or Hokuto no Ken, whatever, nothing. Hasn't, there's like no shred of information aside from like the contents of the manga itself. Ah, I just hit my elbow. I'm gonna start Berserk now because it's technically finished. Oh man, Roland, don't say that. Don't say that. Come on, it's too soon for that. But yeah, you could start Berserk. Like I need to catch up on Berserk. I haven't read it in years because I really hate reading things when it's ongoing because I always catch up and then I always like lose interest that way. So I decided to just wait and let chapters build up. But even then, I wasn't really into what was going on in Berserk right now. I just thought it was ever since the Fantasia arc, I just thought that the series has been super slow, and like I don't know, it doesn't interest me. It really doesn't. I know there's some stuff that happened with Casca because I did read some chapters like with Casca's Nightmare, and we got like those those male organ demons, which is pretty messed up. Um, Anyways, let me go back. If the Part 4 anime kept the manly art style of manga there was merch for it, I'd probably get it. LOL. Actually, that's the only reason I bought the. You know what? Let me just get it. It's dang. I need to really be careful with these wires. Actually, hold on. Let me. This is an easy problem to resolve. What I just gotta do is turn it around. Boo. Just a sec. Diamond. Where are you? There you go. Yeah, like the only reason I picked up Diamond is Unbreakable Volume 1, and who knows what JoJo number volume that actually is in the context of things. But I only got it for the manly art style and the pictures. Like, there we go. Here's like the my pinup pinup boy. I guess that's the term for Josuke. Yeah. What you're looking at is like I there's a very the manly man that could have been, but no, that couldn't happen. We couldn't get manly Josuke in the anime. Let me browse for some more pages here. It's like It upsets me so much because it's like such a like manly Josuke that the world can never see because most people don't like to read. They like to watch things. I mean, like almost every panel of him, like just look at that, man. Look at that stride. Look at all that, and then this pose here, like he's just standing, and it's like so awesome, like so gallant actually, because the way I don't know, there's just like this air to him that you just don't see in the anime version. Such composure, and he just looks more mean, more powerful, more threatening, like maybe even more heroic in some panels. He looks more complex too, actually. Like yeah, like here we go. Like in this one, he looks strong, just from the back. And whatever art that Araki like more than likely lifted that from, he got that from somewhere. The shading, man, there was hardly any shading in the Part 4 anime, which really blew me. But here, you can look at that. Even with this low resolution for live streaming, now you can see that. And then I don't know if this is intentional, but this might be like the only Joseph Joestar reference coming from Josuke, because I think in the fans scanlations he would say holy shit, but you know the holy shit type of thing. Yeah, just revel in the enjoy all the manly Josuke panels. I mean, look at that. Look at that face. It's so much detail. I just I would never get over like how the anime didn't chose to go that route because they did it for Iggy, but they didn't do it for Josuke or for all of Part 4. Because I've been wanting to like talk about the art of early Diamond because it just looks so the manliness appeals to me, but uh, color page because there's a color page of like 4 Josuke's together. I hope it's volume. Pretty sure it's this volume. Let me do a quick skim. I see some color right there. Yeah, here we go. Like this one. I mean, look at that. Shit, I hope I didn't tear something. It sounded like a. Yeah, like this is one of my favorite like color pages from Araki. Just the yellow and black. I mean, look how long that freaking like uniform is. Like, it frankly has like almost like tail feathers. Actually, Josuke is like super tall. Now that I look at it, like especially in this one, in these right here, because like his waist would have to, like the end of his waist would have to be like around right here, right? And then all that would be the leg. Ugh. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I did pop the spine a bit. Shit. You could see it like right there. Crap. I hope it doesn't fall. Well, if it does fall apart, I could scan the color pages at least, but hopefully it won't come to that. Yeah. Like also, this is one of the cool like color pages there too. Of Jotaro and Josuke, but yeah. Actually, let me go back a few pages because there's one panel of Jotaro and Josuke in the rain. Or see, like look at this. I keep coming across like all these cool like Josuke faces. Like the way the pompadour like covers so much of his face that it even casts a shadow. It's so good, but no, we never get to see that. Never. Really sucks. But then again, Diamonds Unbreakable upsets me in some ways because like the detail from Part 3 in the anime is like completely gone. Part 4 was like so simplistic. Here we go. This is the panel I was looking for. I keep not getting used to this reverse stuff. Yeah, like right there, like those two faces, like it almost looks like 2 Jotaros, man. Ah, so infuriating, really. Even Okuyasu was like so much meaner. Looks dangerous. He looks big too in that one. Like such broad shoulders and the back, it's like so slanted. Yeah, like just like like right there, he looks like an actual delinquent. His hairstyle is different. He has like big spikes in the back of his head. Because like even there, the face like his tongue, he's sticking out his tongue there, so he's like sort of got this like sadistic thing going on. Then you get a more manly Josuke. It's like yeah, we need it. I need to see like some animation of like of these scenes here. So such a missed opportunity, man. That part 4 shouldn't look this good. I mean, I need to finish the Golden Wind. Yeah, here we go. Like, this is another cool, like, Okuyasu panel. There we go, because I have to keep doing that in order to get the right camera angle. Ah. Yeah, that's the whole reason I bought this volume, just so I could see all the manly artwork in person. And those color pages are nice. Even Keicho actually kind of does have like a manly face there. I think his did transition. His appearance in the anime did work along with Angelo. They did look like different from the Part Four art style that was going on at the time. But yeah, just more art after artwork. I should be showing Fist of the North Star artwork. What am I doing? I should be showing more of this. But whatever. It's pretty surreal, right? That we could get like these two series side by side, and where's Otokojuku? That's like the next one in line that I wish, or Kongo Bancho at least. I mean, that's only like 12 books. That'll be super fast. Anyways, back to the questions. Miguel Mariscal, they should do a Guyver hardcover. Yeah, Guyver needs to be reprinted, and Guyver needs to make a comeback. But if an anime comes out, I'm like, please do not start from the beginning. We have already three animes that start from scratch. Guyver is like the Spider-Man of anime. He just keeps doing the beginning stuff again. Like, move on to something else, man. Because I'd be fine if you just start off where the year 2005, 2000, one of those years, like when that anime ended, and they just kept going from there. Because we got like a couple of the Zoa Lords, like Guyver 2, or no, no, sorry, Guyver 3 ends up dominating the series for a while because he steals a Gigantic XC from he steals Gigantic from Sho Fukamachi. Then Akito, I think his name was Makishima. Was it Makishima, or am I thinking like, or am I thinking of Tekken with Mishima? I know his first name is Akito. So Akito does steal like Gigantic from Sho, and he becomes like Guyver Dark. I think that's the name, and or Gigantic Dark, one of the two. So he ends up dominating the series for a little bit, and he has like this group of like his own self-made like Zoa Lords or something. I'm trying to remember what happens because at some point, Sho and Aptom they team up to fight against like one of the I think they're called Zoa Lords or whatever, the guys in charge. They fight like a kaiju sized one, and that's what's pretty cool. And Guyver turns into Guyver Gigantic. So that was like a highlight of the manga, and then after that, there's Guyver versus Guyver 3, and and I think his name was Richard Gio, or Gio was his name for sure. That he comes back, but this time with some spider legs, and even Guyver 2, Valkyria ends up becoming canon. So there's like a lot of cool stuff that happens, but what sucks is that the last time I read the manga was like more than 7 years ago, maybe even more than that. Because like I think it's on hiatus now or something. Because I have no idea what's going on with Guyver. And if they do, like just make up an ending, please. Just make up an ending. Go the Gantz route. Make up an ending for the show. Just give me all this other stuff. I don't want to see the show from the beginning again. Like no more. And I don't want it to be manga accurate either because a lot of the early manga stuff is like, yeah, I don't know. The 2000s anime did it better, but the 80s OVA was like much more had better animation. It was much more violent, and the very first OVA that was like, I don't know if it got an official release over here in the States because of that tentacle scene with Guyver 2, but yeah, whatever. I'm gonna have to need another bottle. But yeah, Guyver is just like, it's like it's something that's so cool, so sci-fi, like so amazing, but there's like nothing. There's like nothing here. Roland, they were double spine. That wouldn't be an issue. Nafi, the Space Warrior. Rin is an acceptable translation because in Japanese, yeah, I know the L and R like kind of swap, but oh yeah, here we go, Danny boy. Imagine if Viz goes the route of the arcades game for Salder being Thowther. Thouther. Yeah, I was gonna bring that up in the video actually, because in Legends of the Dark King and other games it's been Thouser. So And the Salder manga, the Strawberry Flavor, like Volume One, is actually translated online. And there's a credits page where the translator gets super mad about Salder's name and its difficulties. So yeah, so he actually does explain like why it's difficult to translate, but given the context of the series, it makes sense that it should be Salder, and that should be the name by default. But I'm also kind of curious how Shu is gonna be spelled because there's been SHU and SHEW, and I think I saw the name Shu translated differently like one other place, but I don't know because even with Legends of the Dark King, ah, Legends of the Dark King, like the Sentai dub, the Sentai Filmworks dub actually does mention Judah and Yuda, Julia, Uria, and Ryuga's pronounced as Ruga. You know, they forget the Y entirely. Ugh. Grand Kelly, probably cheaper inks. I don't know. Shin Ferber's Brown Deus. I'm guessing the origin reds because those inks are relatively cheap. Maybe. Yeah, okay, Grand Kelly was talking about the color ink. Do you prefer the Olo the do you prefer the early JoJo art style or the early North Star art style? I prefer early JoJo because that's when it was like manlier. Even though the Phantom Blood stuff was like kind of rough in some areas. It's like you know what? Let me get Volume One because I can show you what I mean. Okay, maybe I'll get Volume Two just in case. So all right, so here we have Volume One alongside Vista North Star Volume One, which is surprising, but because in North Star there's some cool panels that I like, but these artwork Hara's artwork definitely improve over time. But when it comes to Araki, we're talking about his very early stuff. Like before JoJo, it was like he didn't know what art style to do. He was still exploring things. But where's that Jonathan panel? I'm looking for the Sherlock Holmes Jonathan panel, or at least that's what I refer to. Yeah, okay, so here we go. So like in this panel, like of early JoJo, it's kind of like the proportions sort of like out there because Jonathan's head is I don't know, Jonathan's body just looks too big compared to like earlier panels. Because like what really brings my attention is like the size of his legs, like how big that leg is, and his arms just look tiny by comparison. And I know a lot of people could like to complain the tiny heads, but tiny heads is sort of like a thing in manga or in manly character designs in general. Because even Street Fighter has that. Now there's just some panels where it just doesn't like kind of look right. Like this one looks better than that one. But even then, you can tell that Jonathan's body is like super like ridiculous. Because if you look at the Ultimate Path Private High School, I forgot the actual name for it, but like that one, a lot of those characters have like really tiny heads, really small torsos, but really huge ass legs. It's sort of like if a normal human body had the Mega Man X legs, where it just doesn't look right. But in general, I prefer Araki's early stuff because when he does his own manly thing, it looks really good. Like where's that panel? Okay, so here's an example where I think it doesn't look right, where it just looks like too big and the body's like messed up. Like Jonathan's head is clearly too too teeny weeny there. Like it's too much. Yeah, like here's an example of like other panels where it does look really good, like his the face he does for Dio there, the very stoic, angry expression. I don't know, stoic and angry go together. Yeah, or like this panel there, like this is the double page spread, like that's amazing. Like compared to Araki's early stuff, like when it comes to like Hara's early work, you can tell that it's mainly Kenshiro's design that bothers me. Like for example, this picture here, that's not from the actual manga. That's from like the I think that's from the pilot, actually, because Kenshiro looks like really small there. Um, I think when it comes to to Hara, like part of the manga, the reason the early chapters look this way is because of the times, because there's like a lot of white. like in some of these pages, and other times there's like a good contrast of black and white. I'm trying to find a good example because like when it comes because I'm thinking of Cobra, like that one has like a lot of example where it uses like a lot of white spaces in some areas. I'm trying to find a good panel. Let's use this one for an example. Like this one's just like there's no problem with it, even though this is some of the early stuff. There's a good composition there, and there's like plenty of detail everywhere. But by this point, this is like chapter 13. I think it's more noticeable if you look at the ugly scans online what I'm talking about because of how thick the shading is in some spots. It's a good panel that I could look for. Well, anyways, like the thing is, I do prefer older manga because of the way the format is. Because if you look at a bunch of like manga today, just like so much, either there's too much white or just like a lot of gray. There's no like clear contrast of black and white. Where are you? Where's that panel I'm looking for? Maybe it was in the. Should be here, but for some reason, like maybe it's the quality of the pages that's not making it hit. I don't know. I think I'm just like going in circles here at this point because when I read it online, like I could have tell you like where it was, but reading it in the book here is like second guessing myself. Or I'm starting to think, no, maybe there was some beauty in here that I didn't think it was back then. I don't know. Maybe Hada has something because I'm looking here and then there's a lot of panels and art that just look good. Like look how good Spade looks. Look how good Spade looks like threatening there. It looks amazing. This shot, and then of course you get like the first shirt rip of the series, the very first one. So I don't know, like maybe I should probably lean more towards Hada, because like there's panels like this I don't think people remember. Like I certainly didn't, like how shaded that is with the campfire. The crosshatch. Well, is it? Yeah, there's a little crosshatching in there in the face. Yeah, okay, so here's an example where the ink is like very, very thick for like 1983 because a lot of like Cobra and Kaneko Man have like that type of ink where it's so thick with the shading. If we were to see the actual like pages from back then, we could probably be more noticeable. Like or see like the rough sketches. Like this is like a good usage of it is that like someone like Kubo like for Bleach does this like a lot of the just a pure blank white background. But here like it's done appropriately. With Bleach is like almost every other panel after like during the whole Karakura invasion thing or whatever. Uh, yeah, let me go back to the questions. I'm just like going in circles infinity. Ken looks more Mad Max like here. Yeah, yeah. In the early stuff, Kenshiro looks more like Bruce Lee because of the hairstyle, and then the uniform is like clearly Mad Max because he's missing a shoulder pad too. That's what happens in the movie. That's how design was. Alistair 6531. Oh yeah, previously that was Nephi the Space Warrior. Is Rin the actual name though? Roland Katsuragi? I don't know because that's like the mystery about Hokuto no Ken character names. Like, what is the actual default spelling? What's the canon spelling? Are there multiple spellings? Multiple names? I don't know. But going back to Alistair, so have you been enjoying the Viz Media license Fist of the North Star so far? Yes, I have. I just been I breezed through it like in one. I think it was one night or maybe it was like in 2 days. But yeah, because I don't want to keep repeating myself. Sure, I was enjoying the artwork. I was noticing little details there and there, and oh, okay, like I got my first like super chat. Miami Drugs Abuse Hotline, Lupin Part 6 dots. I'm gonna have to like bring that up pretty quickly. So, anyways, uh, yes, I've been enjoying the manga. You've been seeing me rant for a little bit. Like so far, I don't have any complaints about the book, but I'll get back to that. So anyway, Lupin Part 6. How do I? It's weird. Like I saw it there, like online, but I don't see it like on the laptop where I just opened it. Shouldn't it be like on the very top or something, or do I have to? No, it's there. I guess I gotta adjust the settings or something. So, anyways, Lupin Part 6 thoughts. I'm excited. Well, maybe excited not for it. I'm anticipating things. I'm like really hoping that Lupin Part 6 is about Lupin the Second. 'Cause I really want that to happen, or at least a green versus red scenario where we get two Lupins. Because I know it looks like we're gonna do a character study about Lupin's personality, whether he's actually like an evil person or or heroic being. And it could work, but I just really, I selfishly want a Lupin the Second to appear, or maybe we might get even manga Lupin stuff. Where I still need to look at it, but I do know that manga Lupin is like in the early stuff before like the anime took over. He's very he's meaner. Like, oh man, the commentary tracks for part one. If you listen to the commentary tracks from the part one DVD sets, they all say the same thing about manga Lupin, that how crazy he is, psychopath. But part six, the reason I'm guessing there might be two Lupins is because the picture is split in half and he is making two different faces. Like even the shape of his eyes is different. So I'm kind of hoping that there's actually two Lupins in this story, like green versus red too, only with like the evil Lupin versus like the toned down, no, manga Lupin versus toned down hero Lupin from like Castle Cagliostro Lupin or something. I don't know, but no, I think I can still add to that. You did give me $2, which is like kind of nice. That's pretty much like a tip, like a tip for like working. So, anyways, Lupin Part 6. Okay, so the mystery for Lupin right now is that it's supposed to be set in the UK, in London, whatever, and he's supposed to fight like Sherlock Sholmes, the parody of Sherlock Holmes, because get away with copyright. That's the thing, but I'm kind of wondering like how's that gonna mess up with Zenigata? Is he gonna take over Zenny's spot? Like, because also Yata seems to be canon now because he did appear in the Prisoner of the Past TV special. So I don't know if he's gonna appear from Lupin from now on. Like, is Ami gonna come back? Is Rebecca gonna come back? Are those canon characters now? Uh, I don't mind Ami, but Rebecca I can't stand at all. So with part six, I'm kind of hoping we get to see like because it's definitely Green Jacket, but I'm kind of hoping we can see like maybe the friendships could be a Sega again with like Jigen, Goemon, and Fujiko, because we already got Lupin versus Goemon, so maybe we could get Lupin versus Jigen, because we did get a little of that during the Goodbye Partner TV special. So I don't know, or maybe this next Lupin part might be kind of surreal, because I remember the article from Lupin Central was mentioning that maybe it could go back to like the woman called Fujiko Mine and get very psychological horror with that. So there's that possibility with Lupin, because the trailer was definitely not like it definitely leaned in that direction, but at the same time, part five did have like that more criminal undertone, especially like that first arc with the well with Ami herself, because she was basically a a slave for child pornography, and then the and like there's stuff that it wouldn't that wouldn't be normal to air. I'm actually kind of surprised that it aired because there was like the college, or I think it was a college or private school, whatever it was, the private school that there was like a terrorist takeover. That I was kind of thinking with like that kind of goes with school shooting. Maybe I shouldn't have said that in the live stream. I don't want to get cut off. So you know, the part five was going in that stuff, and then even like when Goemon attack Lupin, that's one example. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that part six might be kind of gritty. Like it's possible, but I don't know. I would have more solid thoughts if I knew what trailer came out. But what I really want most is Lupin the Second to make an appearance, because he does appear in the manga like for one storyline, and I think he wanted to kill Lupin the Third. But then again, given the many mysteries we got for part five, where Lupin's not actually his real name, it's not his real face either. That that Lupin is actually a title. So which is kind of weird because in part one he was saying that like, oh, the family stuff, like with like the family lineage, and he wants to make his grandpa proud. With like in part one and part two, Red Jacket and even Pink Jacket has a lot of those family storylines, and part five kind of gets rid of that, and I'm kind of wondering like how are we gonna go with that moving forward, especially with part six. Yeah, I think that's all I can say right now for like Lupin. Uh, does that thing go away on its own, or does it just keep staying up? Actually, I can click here. Buy your own super chat. What does that mean? Do I gotta like push it here? Put user in time. User in the channel. Add moderator. Report. Remove. I don't know. Uh, Actually, let me look that. What does that mean? Buy your own super chat. Is like, isn't it? I was kind of thinking, was it automatic or not, or do I gotta like? Oh, let's see. Buy your own super chat. Meaning, uh, essentially allows viewer to pin a comment on live stream. So when final gives you, you'll see new cash symbol. The comment. Da, 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 da. Yeah, it doesn't tell me. And pin your comment or I'd say it's called to allows viewers to pin a comment on live stream soon when someone goes. Yeah, I don't know. Never mind. I'll just figure that out later. Let me go back up to the questions because actually Merlin, are you here right now? Like you just post like a random comment saying like I'm here or yo or just even a letter because I need to like I need to ask you something. All right, let me go back up. Wow, that's a lot. Okay. Okay, here we go. No, not there yet. It's called having swagger. Rolling cuts it like, yeah, yeah, with Josuke, I know. I know, but I thought more of a stride at that time because of the way he just posed. Yeah, whatever. Did I catch up? Because I know there's a bunch of questions I'm just going back to, and I'm just kind of wondering if like Merlin, if Merlin, if Merlin is still here or not. So, anyways, Devilman versus Kenshiro, who would win? Miguel Mariscal. I want to say Devilman, but at the same time, I'm not really sure. Because depending on the iteration, Devilman's like strong enough to cause like a tornado, and then he could go kaiju size. And I don't know how Kenshiro can withstand like the Devil Beam. I don't know if Ken would have to go straight Muso Tensei immediately during the fight. So, I don't know. I kind of lean more towards Devilman to be honest, but because I don't know if Hokuto Shinken can work, but at the same time he could just do South Star or do the Ten Hakasatsu, like you know the Big Dipper pose thing, where he just like shoots the beam blast and then all the pressure points kick in. So there's that possibility, but there's also the potential he could absorb Kenshiro and just like merge with him. So maybe Kenshiro could be the dominant like life form. It could become like the new Amon and be like Ken Man or Devil Ken or I don't know. So there's that possibility that how Kenshiro could win. Or I don't know, maybe Kenshiro is strong enough to like beat Devilman in a punch. I don't know. There's like a lot of factors that I never really, I never like getting crossover fight questions because I don't know like because I have questions myself and wondering how something works with their like from movie one series to another, especially when it comes to like biology or rules. So I don't know. Sorry. Um, Arturos Ribeiro Barreto. Hello. The Anime Legend, Emmy here F. Now, Anime Legend are the Bandai DVDs from back then. But no, I'm just playing. But thank you. Danny Boy, ever heard about a 1982 Shonen Jump manga called Black Angels? No, I haven't. It's about an assassin getting rid of all the evil in Japan. It's similar to NHK, despite being before it. So I wonder if it inspired NHK, HNK. I think I'm going like the wrong way with that. Yeah. I don't know, like because there are some assassin manga before that, because a lot of it's like from the '60s and '70s, like Lady Snowblood, Samurai Executioner. I think that was in the '90s, or it might have been earlier. Lone Wolf and Cub. There's a lot of ninja manga from Sanpei Shirato, so there's that. So I don't know. Oh, it's Emran Movies Madhouse. I ordered my copy. If my memory is correct, some of those chapter covers appear in the old Viz manga releases back in the '90s. Ah, I'm gonna have to double check that because the Master Edition did have one cover page that's not in this book, and I don't remember which one it was, but I know there is one that's in there. Rolling Katsuragi, did you mainly adjust the video's playback quality? You have to do that with every video on live stream now. I don't know. Because I know when it finishes rendering, the quality changes, and I don't know. I guess I could check in the settings, but I like when it doesn't bother me. Actually, I might have to plug in the battery right now. No, I guess the phone's fine where it is. Where am I going with this? Okay, here we go. Wally Limwix. So is this a more accurate translation? Possibly. Also, it's like the only translation we got. I was comparing a little bit to master editions, and the translation, it seems to have a little more flavor with the master. Like there's some more like, I don't know, oomph to the conversations, to the dialogue, and here it's sort of like might be word per word, or might be a little literal. So I guess that's the best way I can put it. So I don't know. It depends how it goes from here. Because to be honest, I'm not gonna like remember like how everything was spelled out in all translations that I read, unless there's something that's super outrageous that really pops out at me. Jose Urbina, hey hero bro, since the author Kentaro Miura has passed away, what will be the future of the Berserk series now? I think everyone's asking the same question, bro, because I remember there was some assistance from Miura. They're wondering whether to continue, and I don't think an official word has been given. So I don't know. Like I really don't know what could happen. Miguel Mariscal, I freaking love my early copy. So do I. Throwaway. What anime have you watched lately? The only anime I've been looking at right now has been the first episode of Silver Fang, because I've seen 5 episodes like 2 years ago, and I just haven't gotten around to finishing it, so I had to like rewatch it. And thankfully, someone linked me like a copy of some good subtitled versions. So there's that. It's not. It's. I don't think it's complete, but it's better than what I had previously. It's so like comprehensible now. But I'm pretty sure there's some dialogue that's still kind of out there. Because there's just one line that says like, "Ah, you have a big ass, but you don't know anything," or your ass is so big, but you don't know anything. It's kind of like, what? I don't think a kid should be saying that. But it's Japan, so it might have to do something with that. Mr. Speedwagon, Jojo. That's a Stroheim voice. Speedwagon. Have you seen Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0 or into Yu-Gi-Oh! The Anime Hero? Yeah, like, I was into Yu-Gi-Oh! During the 2000s, like all the way up to like GX, the ending of GX, because I should watch 5Ds, because from what I've seen, that's like almost like an Asuna Joe reboot in a way. It's pretty similar, actually. And before Megalobox, too. So, but, I was going with this? Oh, yeah, yeah. So, actually, the my username, the Anime Hero, comes from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, because the Elemental Hero cards in Japanese are abbreviated as E Hero, and the hero's all in caps. So the Anime Hero, that's where that hero part comes from. That's the origin behind the name. But I do have like, hold on a moment. Always getting up to grab something. So, anyways. Some people might call this blasphemy because my cards are not in sleeves. I used to play a lot during. Oh, this is all dusty. I used to play a lot during middle school. That's where the Yu-Gi-Oh. That's where the Yu-Gi-Oh craze started. Actually, was in middle school. Because I do have some of the original cards, but they're like another room. Like my main deck was all elemental heroes. So the fusions are in sleeves, but I think I have another one in here. Okay, no, I don't. Yeah, so my whole thing with shtick was like elemental heroes, and just like a lot of cool stuff nowadays. Because with mass heroes, vision heroes, um, destiny heroes, evil heroes, or like for example, here's the evil hero lightning golem, uh, wild cyclone. This was actually on a Chun-Li sleeve, but everything else is like color coded. Malicious fiend. Yeah, I don't even know how good these cards are anymore compared to like competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Infernal Wing, Infernal Sniper. I don't know, all these fusions are like sort of, I don't know, some of them are okay. Like the Evil Heroes were pretty cool. Like there's like stuff like this, Terra Firma, this is from the manga. This one's a cool one, like Plasma Vice. pretty cool. But yeah, because like right now, just like super polymerization or like this here, Absolute Zero, completely broken ass card. So broken, man. Dark Bright, pretty cool. Like, oh, okay, I don't have any more on the sleeves, but yeah, I did have like growing up, I was really into like Kaiba and Joey more than Yugi actually. But yeah, like none of these cards are in sleeves, so this is like the blasphemy part because I got Captain Gold here. I think and it's first edition too. It's kind of like wrinkly. Yeah, we got like some more elemental hero cards. Like the deck's not really designed well because I would need like better spells and traps from today's era. Like stuff, but you got the essentials like Ocean, that's essential. Because I was mixing it with Fiends a little bit so I could work with the evil heroes. You know, you got your Dark Ruler Hades, Miracle Fusion, Divine Wrath. Like, I don't even know Divine Wrath is like still a good trap because like just like some crazy stuff nowadays with, especially the speed of the game. It's like ridiculous. I actually have a printed Necro Gardna because like the picture's not layered correctly, so that's kind of thing. Skyscraper 2 Hero City. But yeah, you got your like regular heroes like Clayman, Avion, and we got Necroshade, which is pretty much Spawn. That's what that is. Woodsman, like kind of all the necessary heroes. The Poly, like Lady Heat, and this goes to what we were talking about earlier. Like, hey, it's Guyver, totally Guyver. Look at that, Neos, Elemental Hero Neos. That's Guyver right there, like undeniable. But yeah, like there's a lot of okay, I don't know why this is out on a sleeve. Yeah, like stuff like this, like Stratos. That's like you've seen them on my in my old videos. I actually used to pop Stratos in a lot. Destiny Hero Plasma, Malicious Edge, and like the holographic version of Sparkman with the alternate artwork, where it looks pretty cool. But yeah, like in my old videos, I would put like Elemental Heroes, Elemental Neos would pop out a lot in the background, like as a floating GIF. Kind of was like my dual spirit, I guess. But yeah, see what else do I got in because I have a quarter in there. Dark Fusion. Yeah, do you have Monster Reborn? Yeah, I do. I have like banned cards like Graceful Charity. I don't think that could be used. I don't know if that could be used anymore. Stuff like Cyberjar. Yeah, I have a bunch of vintage cards that are like totally banned nowadays. Like, like there's a lot of cards here that I don't even know they're good anymore. Like Gore's Emissary of Darkness. I don't know if people remember that. Is Heavy Storm banned? Because I know people are using Giant Shunade for a little bit. Heavy Storm. Yeah, like some, like I don't know. Here's the cool thing because like what really let's see, morph. Oh, here we go. Here's like some. Yeah, this cards that people recognize because these are like the collectors. Oh, what happened to my? Okay, well, apparently I opened Paint somehow on my laptop. Yeah, like the Blue Eyes. Nah, these are like. Oh yeah, like this guy that Yugi used to use in those final series, Gandora, the Dragon of Destruction. But yeah, like this Kazuki Takahashi signed Blue Eyes, or at least supposedly he signed it. I don't know. But yeah, I did read the Yu-Gi-Oh! Season Zero manga. Oh yeah, here's another band card. Painful Choice. Yeah, that's it's pretty nice. uh, yeah, I don't know. It depends like what card. Like the band list keeps changing all the time, and the speed of the game right now is like utterly ridiculous. Yeah, so, I don't know. Like, because there was a time that I was playing like with Savage War Panda, like dueling online. We would be doing that. Let's see, where's the or like anime? They would say Reborn the Monster, but yeah, there's like Monster Reborn from Starter Deck Kaiba. That's how old it is. Oh yeah, so what made me get drawn into Heroes in the first place was a Hero Signal because it was based on the Bat Signal. So I just thought it was like the coolest thing ever. And then that just Elemental Hero card just sucked me in big time. Especially if you get to see pictures with all that artwork like this Tricks. Unfortunately, it's not the uncensored version because he actually shows a lot more skin like from the waist and from the thighs. But all these cards are like edited. Because Destiny Heroes are because online I was able to make like a couple of other decks with all pretty much all the different hero theme, and I have a nickel in here. So yeah, that's it's my Yu-Gi-Oh story because I did watch season zero. I think I skimmed through the anime. I don't remember if I saw it all because I do know that I read the manga version for that because I was reading that when Walden Books was a thing. Ugh. But yeah, but I think I gave my sister all the signature like monster cards, like Dark Magician, Red Eyes, all that stuff because she was like sort of getting into it for a little while. But I don't think there's like any decks she can use to play competitively or just even regularly play. Yeah, but anyways, let me go back to where I was going. KIY Gaming, hello. Emran, I remember reading an interview online with Hada a while back, and he admitted he was channeling Stallone in his art style, and he wanted to see if he could draw likenesses or something to that effect. Oh, my stomach. Yeah, so maybe I would have to look for that because I did find two online that I just skimmed through. Well, I already read through it, but it didn't talk much about where he got the idea for muscles from or Stallone himself. He did mention Tiger Mask, like the author for also Matsu. Uh, she's. He also mentioned Ryuichi Ikigami, but I don't remember if he specifically stated what manga. KIY Gaming is part five your favorite part? Four, I mean. Well, when it comes to JoJo, if that's the part you're talking about, no, the part four is not my favorite part. Like, not even in the I don't think it's even top 4 or 5 for me. To be honest, Diamond's Unbreakable. I just like the artwork and that initial start. Like it was like hooking me in, and then once it went away, like so did I. I'm more into like one, two, and three. But in what order? Like I don't know. I just like seeing all three as like a complete set. But part six would be in there just because of Jolene Cujo and Foo Fighters a little bit to some extent. I thought Weather Report was kind of manly, but he didn't really get to do much. Um, I didn't really care much for Hermes. Yeah, like for me it was just Jolene, Foo Fighters, and I guess Poochie to some extent. But I don't know. I was into JoJo because of the manly stuff, and then when the manliness went away, I just kind of lost interest. Uh, it's like it became something else. Who would want Kenshiro in Mortal Kombat 11? Miguel Mariscal. I've been wanting Kenshiro in Mortal Kombat ever since like Ken's Rage was a thing back with like MK9. I think that was the latest game, or the DC versus Mortal Kombat. Ever since well, maybe not then. I don't think I was into Kenshiro when that game was new. But the point is, even back then when Kenshiro came out, the designs just looked like Mortal Kombat models to me. Especially when those days before 11, they were much more like explicit with their character designs because like all the women were they were so revealing and so like Sonya Blade had like such a chest. Melina like had the abs and like the heart skimpy. That's the thing. Everyone was kind of skimpy in those days, but not anymore. I don't know. I just thought it kind of fit with the whole like attitude aesthetic. Ugh. Based, Josuke felt like he belonged in Otokujuku or some other manly delinquent manga. Yeah, I know he was based on a delinquent, so like so was like it kind of looked like that was the direction that we're going because Okuyasu and then a Yukaku and I don't know, but it didn't really happen. Basic Syphilis 8, yo hero, what's good, bro? Sup? And sorry for replying to you, Soleil, because I'm pretty sure that must have been like 30 minutes ago or so. Uh, Shin Furbus Brown Delos. I'm hoping to find the North Star hardcovers on my local Kinokuniya. I don't know, like I just stick with online because honestly, shopping like physically is like such a hassle for me, especially when I'm looking for something specifically and they don't have it. So, like I do browse, like that's where I got the shirts because it was at Hot Topics. I was like, oh, I'll take that. Buy one get one half off. I wish it was buy one get one free. That would have been nicer because it would have saved me a lot of cash. Because I'm annoyed that all these teas are like $20 and more. So I kind of wish there were half of that, or at least 15. Favorite part would probably be Crusader. I don't know. Crusaders is kind of repetitive, like with that formula. But then with part one, I just like how it's so story focused. Like one and two, it's like so story driven. There's no part one the most story driven because there's no cliches in there. There's no like shonen. There's no regular shonen in it because in Battle Tendency you do have like a brief training arc. You do have the characters need to power up, that stuff. Phantom Blood, there was like a training segment. It was like more of a montage, really. Because with Zeppeli and then the manga is like a lot longer, but I don't know. I'm just eating my own words at that rate. At this rate. Ugh. Oh, dang, I think that thing moved. Skull 999, Rip Kentaro Miura, I know. It depends what place you live in. Yeah, I know. Queen of Kingdom Hearts, hello, enemy hero, hello to you. Danny Boy, by the way, what do you think of Akira Miyashita's raunchy comedy series, Sora Yori Takaku? It actually shares the same universe as Otokojuku. Momo and Ejima have appeared in the recent chapters. I watched it for a while because the updates were pretty slow at first, and I think now, I don't know how many chapters there are now, but I did hear that it was connected to like that Miyashita verse. I guess that's the best way to put it. But I just thought it was okay because I know like the humor was that was the hook, I guess, because I did like the villain. I did like the main character's, so I did like Sora's evil brother. I don't remember his name, but the chapters that featured him, like that, I liked. Like I wanted to put him in the manly villains list just if he had more appearances or the whole thing was translated, because the manga is like super long. I think it's longer than Otokojuku, which is surprising. Might be his longest series ever, actually. Because because he's always had like some gross out humor, like it's noticeable in Akatsuki and in Erajima, but even there, like kind of crosses the line because since the main character, like even the first chapter, like he's like in other chapters he's screwing horses, and it's the only way the manga can show this is because he's a demon. And I'm like, it's such absurdity, man. Just like what the hell. Christian Lopez, do you speak Spanish? Yes, I do. I have to speak Spanish at work, but it's so bad nowadays. Like I don't even want to bother with it. Has Merlin posted anything new? Because I want to know that he's here. No, he hasn't posted anything new. Oh shit! Like okay, this just kept getting bigger. Let me go back. uh, well, I don't know. Like if you are here, Merlin, I kind of wish you would just say something so we could pop up. Whatever. Shin Furbis, also I'm really surprised Medicos hasn't shown off a Toki yet to round out the Hokuto brothers, especially considering how the other three were the first three Super Action Statue releases and all. Yeah, I guess because I was because Kenshiro around their boxes over there, like I'm slurring. That's where I displayed them. But yeah, it does seem weird that Tolkien wasn't next because like at some point they showed out that Yuda was coming next, so I just thought, that's not what I expected. But yeah, so next up is like besides Jaggy, it's Ray, Salder, and Yuda. I guess you get the Ray and Yuda out of the way. But I would thought the next one would probably be Shu, so just to go with Salder. But then, like, Toki's just left hanging, and I'm kind of hoping Mamiya makes an appearance because that would work. She needs one. She doesn't have a new figure since the 2000s, so the early 2000s, I think, from Zebic Toys. So I don't know. Kimi, hi. Miguel, I just began reading Guyver and I can't find any more copies online. Sorry to hear that, but it should be out there somewhere. Or it might be under Bio Booster Guyver armor or something like that. Queen of Kingdom Hearts, Anime Hero. I watched DD Hokuto no Ken Strawberry Flavor and I love it. My favorite parts were the ending stuff. Like I didn't really care for the like the school section. I just wanted the strawberry flavor. I just wanted the Salder stuff. Like the detail was amazing. Well, it was amazing how accurate it was to the manga, but at the same time you could see limitations in the animation. But it's still cool. It was still like it was funny. It was like almost a reboot. Ugh. Ooh, man. I should be editing, but I'm not. Anime expression A. Merlin the Mighty says the hero, but the question is, are you still here or not? I would like to know that. Anime expression, what's going on? Yeah, I just been talking stuff. Like you probably would have seen this by now because I barely got to your question, and that probably was here like 20 minutes ago. I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't keep up with everybody. Would you like to see Fist of North Star in modern adaptation from Atlas? Yes, I've been wanting a reboot for like the longest time. I mean, this is a start. We got this thing here. Now if only we could get the reboot, or at least the Legends of the True Savior license. Discotheque, do something, please. I mean, you got your Fatal Fury stuff, man. Let's bring North Star. Let's bring Asuna Joe. Let's bring Command. Let's bring. Can you guys do manga? Can you bring Kongo Bancho? Bring the JoJo OVAs. Bring Phantom Blood if you can. The Phantom Blood movie. But yeah, I would like to get a manga accurate freaking anime. I mean, especially for the Shin arc, like super fast, make people like the show, and hopefully get that like, hey, that's a JoJo ripoff thing out of people's heads. It's EW in the mobile game. I don't know what you mean by Taylor M. I don't know what you mean by EW. Sorry, or oh, it's EW by Shu. That's what you're talking about. So that's I got you. I got you. Yeah, I got you now. KIY Gaming question: What hobbies did you do? What hobbies did you do before getting into manga and anime? Hobbies is spelled with BB, not the piece, but an IES. But hobbies. What did I used to do? Honestly, it's not too different because I was just reading like comics. Well, maybe not too many comics, just like very few graphic novels. We're talking Watchmen, some DC stuff like The Killing Joke, Death of Superman, The Dark Knight Returns. Just the typical superhero stuff, really, because I wasn't collecting action figures, I wasn't collecting manga, anime. I was playing Yu Gi Oh! That was sort of the thing, but that kind of goes with the anime stuff. I was playing a lot more games actually. I was playing a lot of N64, a lot of Nintendo GameCube, a lot of Sonic, a lot of Mario, like Super Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Sonic Adventure 2, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Smash Bros. Brawl, even the original Smash Brothers. Well, Brawl was the Wii actually. That's later, but I don't know, just the regular stuff. Because what I was watching during the 2000s was a lot of cartoons like Ninja Turtles 2003, the Batman 2003, Justice League, the Batman the Animated Series. Brave and the Bold for me was like way later. I didn't watch that when that was airing. I just sort of like I just thought it wasn't good at the time, but I changed my mind since then. Like Toonami with that, I don't know. Like anime's always been like a good part of my life, to be honest. Because even in the '90s, I would watch anime when I was a kid, like in the single digits, because I would watch anime in Spanish, and Dragon Ball aired in its entirety from DBZ, and DBGT from like a Spanish television before Funimation like released the whole series. So there's that. So yeah, I don't know because it's always been like there in my life because there was a lot of Dragon Ball, some Sailor Moon, some Saint Seiya back then, but I wasn't really into it. Even now, I'm not really into Saint Seiya. I sort of like kind of enjoy it, and I should be watching it on Netflix. To be honest, I should be watching that new dub, and since they dubbed the whole show, because the subtitles were freaking awful, so bad those subtitles. Those fan subs, specifically when I'm dressing, because the fan subs were Saint Seiya are like some of the worst I've ever seen. Like they're on par with Tarchan subs, were just like incomprehensible, so confusing. So I should be watching that more than anything, to be honest. That should be on the priority list of like, hey, it's on Netflix. What? Finish that anime. Well, I did finish it. It's just that I don't know how I got through those subs in the first place, man. It was freaking ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know, like Spider Man, X Men. I don't know, just that going on because there's the 2000s. I was like super into Naruto and Bleach, Death Note. One Piece I still am, just not as much as back then. Naruto and Bleach, not even anymore. Just things that I appreciate from them, but as a whole, they're like I don't think they're even in the top 40. Maybe in the top 50, maybe top 60. If I made a list of 100, but not, I don't think they're in the top 40 at all. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call that and call the end to that question. Christian Lopez, how strong you think is Kenshiro? I don't know because mm, because the character can use ki, so there's that, and I do feel like if he kills with the Heaven's Impalement technique, I think he theoretically should be able to kill anybody that has like pressure points. But at the same time, his physical strength, like he's been able to lift like massive boulders. Because I'm trying to remember if that boulder scene is actually in the manga, because I know it's in the anime, but the anime, the canonicity is questionable. Kenshiro is definitely superhuman. I mean, he's leaped into the sky when he was fighting Raul, and they created like this tempest tornado thing. So I really don't know. I think he's capable of killing people because he's been referred like to as a god of death. So I think he should be. But if you're asking me like stronger than Hulk, stronger than Superman, I don't probably not. Like stronger than Goku, I don't think so. I don't think any of his attacks can actually like Kamehameha to the earth kind of thing. But I don't know. Then it raises questions like do Saiyans have pressure points and all that? So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. When it comes to like questions of strength, I really don't care because I'm just clueless of like, well, how do I take this into account? I really don't know. Some of the older mangas have rough art, but completely wild and out there storylines. Bao and Makan X come to mind by CMR. Yeah, Bao from Araki is like pretty out there with the Well, I think it's a very simple story. Just rescue girl, rescue try to escape from those evil scientists from experimenting on you and just beat them up. It's alright. Like it's not too outrageous to me compared to like Araki's work in JoJo. He gets some weird stuff. But yeah, like I understand what you mean with the like how wild it can get because it's like this cyborg out of no. I think Ricky O is more crazier than that to be honest because the cyborg comes out of no. The cyborgs come out of nowhere. There's actually two of them, but I only remembered one. And I was like looking at manga pages. I'm like, oh, there's actually another cyborg in there. Like, and it came before the one I'm thinking of. It's like, how did I not notice that? Like Ricky, that's like I would say that was the crazier thing from of the things I've seen. And then not to mention Go Nagai and Ken Ishikawa. Those are like okay. Lost Paradise has some pronunciation of the names, Miguel. Yeah, I know because with Raul, sometimes it's just Rao. So I don't know. Um, Shuck Rax V. Yo, Hero, have you ever watched or read Apocalypse Zero? Kagugo no Susumu. I know what you're talking about because I think the character has like a really cool design and the scarf with the I don't know if it's actually a mech like tokusatsu suit or it's an organic like Guyver, but it's cool because I know Falcon has made a video of that. Joy Boy, yo, One Piece reference there. Average Hero 1, hey, 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 what's happening? I like your cut, G. Oh, the haircut, yeah, yeah. I've been doing that since last year, I think, but yeah, I just really got this one today. Because for a while I was actually letting my mom cut it for me, but it was never like right. But I was saving money, so I appreciate that. I appreciate the things she does for me when she can. But now, I gotta like support her when I could either, when I could too, or slurring my words here. Yeah, but thank you anyways. But yeah, I think I look better with it. But right now I don't know. It depends on the lighting, I guess. Joy Boy, long time no see. Yeah, That's a Sonic thing. Well, that could be an anime thing actually. It's a long time no see, but it's such like a Sonic meme at this point because it happens a lot in that in that dialogue. Saint Seiya is awesome. I love Greek mythology. Roland Katsuragi. Oh, you actually call me by my name, Alex. You should be mindful of the manga highlighting. You're 20 minutes behind Shep already. Oh, yeah. Like by the time I read that, probably like 40, 50 minutes by now. I love Tiny Head Jonathan. The Tiny Head from Abishiro 1 and Taylor M. Have you checked out the 3-in-1 Shaman King release by. Man, I can't pronounce that. Tecnoticlan Tecatila Katsura. Tecatili Katsura or something like that. I don't know. No, I have not because I never liked the format of those books because they're too big to hold, man. Like to hold, I always thought they were like too big to hold because that's why I sold my Dororo manga because that thing is humongous. It's like okay, so the Dororo manga it was like I think the size of this or at least three. I think it was bigger actually or not. It was about this size, and I'm like carrying that thing. It's just ridiculous. I just rather just look at manga panels online instead. I'll buy some. I'll show my support elsewhere. Thank you. Let's say if I saw a big dude like him walking down my street, I would give up too. I don't blame the ogre street game. Oh yeah, Jonathan is huge. Just that I don't know in that panel where he's like doing this from the side, it just doesn't look kind of proportionally right. Skull 999 or Skull 39. Araki really hates dogs? Question mark. Yeah, no, I don't think that's true. As far as I can tell, I think that's just a result of what happens in the manga that created that assumption. But yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, screw cat muscle. Dang it, I need to move these wire, otherwise I'm gonna make everything fall. Let me move that there. Let me plug this one in. Hope I don't get yeah, okay, here we go. That's better. Joy Boy, I need to get my hands on those JoJo volumes. Yep. I got them when as they were coming out. And this was like maybe 3, 5 years ago. Queen of Kingdom Hearts, Anime Hero. Do you read the manga of Seven Deadly Sins? I tried watching the anime, but I'm just not into it because I'm pretty sure your other people have brought it up, like Fang Strizer. Like, do you know about Escanor or Escanner? I'm like, I could see why people want me to like look into that because it is a manly design. It is like a little ridiculous, like how proportionally huge his torso is compared to the rest of compared to his legs and all that. But because there are times where his back looks freaking humongous, also. But I browsed through some panels, like I browsed through some clips online, but the actual anime, I just wasn't into it. And like I just prefer his work in Kongo Bancho, like so much more. Danny Boy, talking about Ultimate Private High, how do you feel about it? I like the art in it, but God, the writing is awful. The crass humor and the way characters talk is bad, but School Cat Masa was a cool MC, in my opinion. Yeah, that's why I want the reboot to be translated, because that looks like more refined. But the thing is, like, even the this was before North Star, and that was before like Miyashita went in that more noble direction with the Otokojuku characters. So I'm kind of curious how Otokojuku and Private High kind of collide, because is it really because if you remember in Private High they were actually training them to become yakuza, so they're not good kids to begin with. They're like gonna be like criminals. So I was kind of wondering where that was heading, but yeah, like that manga is just not really good. And supposedly, I think from Hokuto no Gun, or I don't remember. I think one of the translators messaged me and they told me that the manga, the reason it got canceled is because like there's one section where they use like schools of the names of real schools in the background of like this one scene, and that got them. And I think it was like an assistant that put that in there, and not Miyashita himself. But that's just how the story goes. Can't really confirm it. But yeah, like Ultimate Private High is just it's a good thing North Star exists because then we got Otokojuku afterwards. We got some heroes there, but I'm still curious how the reboot actually is. Like maybe it's like they're like villains in waiting. Maybe these are people that get redeemed. I don't know. Like I like the artwork. That was pretty well. The reboot's artwork that I want to see because School Cat Masa's like redesign looks like so much cooler, man. It looks meaner than Jotaro, meaner than Daigo in Koki. Daigo in Koki. That was from the Jackie's son in Otoku Katsuki Otokujuku. Cause that guy, that kid, I don't even know what I could call him. Kid is that kid is mean. Jose Urbina, we'll be watching the new upcoming He-Man and the Masters of the Universe series on Netflix. Yes, I will be watching. I've been waiting for July. There's also Transformers, but at the very least, I know that He-Man's voice acting will be good because Transformers Kingdom, they showed a clip of Optimus Primal. I'm like, oh man, that sounded horrible. It's like already the voice acting is like gonna grind my ears. I'm thinking there is no hope for this show now because I wanted to see the Beast Wars characters again, but at the same time, like now I'm not looking forward to it because it's like, because I'm trying to remember how he said the line because it was so awful. It was because you can tell the actor is like, he's struggling to do a deep voice for Optimus Primal, and I'm like, get someone else, please. Because the way he said it, like, we come from your future, or something like that. It was just awful. Like, I am Optimus Primal. Like, yeah, I don't remember how it goes, but it was just, like, bad. Uh, let's see, The Horror of Life Kim. Did they censor anything in this edition? Not to my knowledge. I haven't seen anything that's, like, been edited. Not at all, because they do show, like, some of the graphic stuff. Because one of the most violent death scenes that's, like, manga only is a decapitation from, like, this God's Army soldier. Like, you might want to look away if you don't like this kind of thing, because that panel there is like, wow. Oh no. Yeah, that's like the most violent thing in the manga, along with the thing from well, not violent, but the panel with Shin, because I'm gonna cover it anyways, just in case. There's just a white spot there. That's how it was in the back then, also. Because when Shin shows up, like, when Shin shows up, there's nothing down there. There's nothing drawn. He's like a Ken doll. But that's how it is. That's in there. That's one of the more adult moments. But the thing I'm looking for is from where is it? Was it this chapter? Oh, it's the same chapter actually. Yeah, like this is one of the more graphic moments, even though it's not like bloody or anything. But this scene where like the little girl is forced to hold her dad's body up that's being from getting strangled. Like that's one example where that's like pretty graphic. Because I think there's a panel in Berserk. Because I know Wolfsman does have that panel in there, but I want to say Berserk had that somewhere or something similar. Um, 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 um. um let's see, is there anything here? Shin Furbus, not that I think about it, it'd be cool if Menikos picked up the Cobra license as well, since the Figmas seem fine. But I think some super extra statues would be better. Like I saw the Figmas for Lady and Crystal Boy, those look good, but for Cobra himself, I think his face looks off. Like that needs to be like fixed. Can I click that? No, I guess not. Scramble for the Throne arc. I'm not sure like the context of that anymore. Oops.